Here we go. And it's time, baby. Let's go.
Yo, yo.
We are back. Another episode of Meet Your Maker. You guys know by now, I am Joe from the Bearded Life team. And joining me this week is, I know which way to point. Unlike all you other guys that do lives that sit here and I know which way to point. He's right there. See?
Do I know which way? Nope.
No. And it's Scott, the owner of the Bearded Coast. Man, how you doing today, brother? How is everything?
Oh, dude, I'm absolutely peachy. Just happy to be here, man. That's awesome.
No, man, we're happy you came in. I'm always happy when people sign up to be on the show. I'm like, wait, you actually want to come on my show? That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, bro. Heck yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, you've had that Michael Myers in the background for a long time, and I think that's what got me. I think the Michael Myers.
They're already getting started. Look at them already. What's up, all you squirrel killers? I know. I didn't kill the squirrel, guys. I've talked about this more than once. I didn't kill the squirrel. However, I didn't stop the squirrel from dying either. I guess we can go that road if you want. I didn't really, it happened. I don't know what to tell you.
Is that admittance of any kind or no?
Huh?
That's not an admittance of anything if you didn't stop the act, right? It's anyway, so you keep your garbage cans closed now, right?
No, absolutely not. I'm not changing things up just because some squirrel wasn't smart enough to not jump in the water. That's not my fault.
That's called Darwinism, right? It's selective.
Like, yeah, man.
He obviously wasn't fit enough. We have a lot of squirrels out here. So
I see Joe, Scott, and some random bony dude behind Scott. Yeah, Scott is he's in the festive mood tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, only for you, man. I know you're a horror movie junkie like me, I believe, right? So I figured in the spirit, why not dress up my dungeon of a garage, where I do most of my work and stuff. So I got a little spirited.
Yeah, horror movie junkie probably doesn't explain me right. My uncles got me started when I was about 3, and the love affair just grew from there. And I don't think it would be very hard for people to name horror movies that I haven't watched, because I will literally sit here and just watch B-rate horror films all day long. I can watch horror from the moment I wake up till literally I'm falling asleep to people getting murdered in the background. Oh,
heck yeah,
it's
man.
fine with me.
I've been like that forever too. I think the first one that I watched was Nightmare on Elm Street. It was the second one. And then my parents never really had a problem with me watching those movies. I don't know why, but they're fantastic, man. That's my number one thing to watch. Honestly, it's just and I love all the 80s stuff mainly. That's my all-time favorites for sure.
Oh yes, the Jasons, the Michaels. Yep.
Oh yep. Yeah, and Evil Dead is literally, I think, one of the most fun I've ever seen. Bruce Campbell has just become. Have you seen Bubba Hotep?
Yes.
Gosh, I love it. I love the comedy stuff that he does, and just how insane Sam Raimi can be, right?
Like I said, we're about the same age. We are the same age. And that's why the 80s stuff for us will always stick out, because growing up, man, that was what I watched with my uncles. I'm 5, 6 years old watching the latest Halloween release. You know what I mean? That was literally what I grew up on. My mom had no say over this. My uncles just stole me and brought me into their room to go watch the new horror movies. And they couldn't keep me away if they tried, though. I grew up on the stuff. I love it. Yep. The horror movies of today, while they are fun sometimes and the storylines can be cool, nothing beats a good old-fashioned slasher movie that has 0 point to it at all, other than we want to count the body count. That's it.
Like Night of the Demon's bad. It's straight up just massacring. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's it. I mean, literally, you have body counts on all the horror slasher guys from the 80s. I think Jason was the winner of that.
I think you're right, actually. Yeah.
I think Jason came in first. And I think Leatherface or somebody was second. Maybe it was Michael that was second. He might have been third even. I don't know. Freddie might have been closer to Jason.
Well, with the newer Halloween movies coming out now too, I don't know if that was taken, because I think I saw the same thing you did. That was a couple years back. So there's the newer, and there's 2 more that are being released. And I think so it got blessed by John Carpenter, which is, I think the new one that they did was fantastic. Actually, it wasn't bad at all. I really appreciate it.
Very good.
And what I always forget his name, Eastbound and Down. That he was one of the
Danny McBride.
He wrote part of that movie, right? I mean,
he's writing the next one too.
Yeah, he's doing it. I mean, fantastic, right? I love it. Love it.
Yeah. All right, we did our 5 minutes of just whatever stuff. Now let's get into the groove of things here. I got to get back into my host mode here. We can talk about horror movies all night, but that's not what everybody came for. I mean, I don't know, maybe they did, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
All right, guys. If you don't know by now, Meet Your Maker weekly at 9:00. We like to bring in different people from around the community, and in fact, I'm even stretching out beyond our community soon. I've had a few conversations with people, and I'm going to have some cool people coming on next year. So we like to bring people in, find out what makes them tick, what makes them get their companies going, their channels going, whatever they got going on in life, man. Come in here, talk about it. Scott was cool enough to come in tonight, and he's also doing some giveaways for you guys. And just for tonight, you have the special code LIFE25. Now, how long will this run for, Scott?
We'll just have it go until midnight. That'll give everyone lots of fun time to go check it out if they like. That'd be fun.
So up until midnight, LIFE25 gets you 25% off in honor of Scott being on Meet Your Maker tonight, which is amazing. And I love the fact that everybody waits until I'm live to start messaging me left, right, and center. Like, and they're all part of the community too. So you guys all know I'm live right now, but you're just going to keep going. There you go. Just keep it up, guys.
No, man, I use my hotspot for this stuff because I live in the middle of nowhere almost. Like there's no infrastructure hardly out here at all. So my phone's by the garage door. So
that's a big statement.
Oh,
Salty
man.
Vibes, Scent of the Year. That's a big statement.
That was for me.
What's going on? What's going on, Code?
Appreciate it.
That's a big statement. I haven't tried Salty Vibes yet.
You will.
I have tried some other ones from Scott, though. But before we do all that, let's just do the basics here, right? Who is Scott? Who are you? What do you do? Where are you from?
I am an IT pro dude by day and a beard making guy by night, I guess. I live in Northern California. I was born in Merced, raised mostly up in the Grass Valley area, which is like, I don't know, 50 minutes to an hour from Sacramento north-ish. I live in Auburn currently, which is pretty much just up a highway. Like, well, it's between Reno and Sacramento if you think about the area and whatnot. And yeah, I love the beach. I love the ocean. I love the hills, the mountains, and everything like that. And I love this community a lot, man. Like I really found a lot of amazing friends. I work remotely, and it's pretty lonely. You talk to dogs a lot. Ones I have, so and watch a lot of horror movies. But so I was trying to find a couple years back a community that I could really get involved in, and this community is just fantastic, man. Everyone's so amazing, so kind, and so helpful, and lends a listening ear for anything, and so I'm appreciated and humbled to be a part of it.
All right, I'm ready for your extremely cliche answer here. You ready?
Yeah.
How did you find the beard community? Who was the guy who led you here?
I remember trying to grow a beard for a really long time, and I always had this kind of like ugly stubbly thing that I would try letting go, and it would just look like absolute garbage, and just get really itchy and dry, and I would shave it down. And I don't know why, being an IT dude, I didn't think to Google anything and try to find an answer to it. But one day I did, and Dan popped up, and I started watching his videos. It was about 2 years ago, and I remember as soon as I started watching his stuff and listening to him, and he just had a really amazing presence about him. Like he was honest, and you could really listen to what he was saying and take it in. And I remember I watched something regarding beard oil, and I ran down to Target that night, which was about maybe 15 minutes away, just to get something. And I put it in, and at least it helped. And that was the idea, right? And that kind of got me going on then trying some other small batch companies and listening to recommendations from all you other guys and everything. And yeah. So Dan, credit. Absolutely. Of course. Then really all of you guys as well that have been around too. I've learned and listened and watched, and so everyone has contributed in this community really to me and my beard journey.
You say the man's name and he comments. Look at that. Hey, Dan. Hope you're having a great night, brother. Yeah, Dan doesn't get the credit for me. It was actually Scuba who I found first. Scuba. And then, but to Dan's credit, Dan is the one who kind of reeled me in. You know what I mean? Scuba was the one who threw out the bait. And then I found Dan's videos, started watching more and more, and kind of led me down the rabbit hole to where I am now. So actually, Dan, you owe me quite a bit of money. That's just, I'm putting the blame on you right now. So when everybody asks me why, it was Dan's fault. That's it. So you found Dan, you find the community, right? How long were you around us, if you will, around the beard world and all that, before you said, I'm going to try and make my own stuff?
6 months, probably, about, at least. So I started kind of like, I just watched videos. I was learning, and I was like, one day I just kind of was like, man, I wonder if I could just do this myself. I'm a really big, like, hands-on person. Like, I like to tinker. I like to troubleshoot and figure things out. This is probably why I like IT stuff so much. There's just always a problem to fix. And I have really, really sensitive skin. So I found good things, but nothing that actually, and I think this is probably a lot of the reasons why some people also make so many different things. You know, we make things around what feels good on us, because we're our first kind of testers. You know, we test everything. So I just decided one day, I was like, man, I'm just gonna try to do this for fun, you know. And like, I got a bunch of good organic ingredients, and I tested every single thing I possibly could, starting with beard oil, and just as far as the carriers go, I probably got about 16 different kinds of carrier oils, I'd have to say, or maybe close to that anyway. I tried one at a time for I'd say about a week or so per carrier oil. And then I just started mixing them up and, into what I liked. So I took notes along the way, what I liked the most, rated them. And I have a whole notebook full of notes and stuff that I've done along the way, so I could learn from things and just made my blend basically out of my top things that I liked. So that's why there's so many things in there. They all did such good things for me. And then I ratioed them into what worked best for me. And, it was fun. So 6 months, sorry, I ramble. You can stop me.
No, you're good, dude. Go ahead, bro. This is why you're here. Talk.
But yeah, man. So I went ahead and did that. Nobody
wants to hear me talk. They hear me all the damn time. So, tonight's about you, not me, bro. Oh, no. You're good.
Oh, but yeah, that's it, man. So I just took my time, and it took me at least a year or so to really craft my butter, balm, and oil recipe before I went live this mid-April 2020. So I took my time on it. I really dialed it in. I wanted it to be something that not only then I liked after I found that it worked well for me, but then I shared it with my friends, and then I shared it with my family, and I shared it with other people. And I think it was one day I was sitting at the barber shop when I finally, I really got it going well enough to be able to actually get a trim. My barber was like, man, this is, I brought some in for him to, see, because he had talked to me about it. And he was like, bro, right, you should really try to sell some of this. It'd be fun. Go to a craft fair market, but then COVID, you can't. So I figured, why not just pop up a Shopify store and give it a try, and really, give it a shot. And, I just kind of went into it, and people liked it, and I really appreciate it, and I wanted something to do for me that made me feel good. I wanted to give something back to the community in any way I can, the community I live in, the bearded community. So I try to do a lot of things like, like the tree, the one tree planted that I'm doing now. So, replenish the trees that have burned down from the fires on the West Coast. Anybody has a charity, I want to be involved in it. I just want to do good things and make this is what this is for me, was something to feel good.
Keep me penciled in for May, because we will be back with the NF fundraiser again this year for sure. Sweet. So we raised almost 5,000 last year. We're shooting for 10,000 this year. So we'll be back.
Sweet. Awesome.
So what was your first purchase then, when you were still a customer, that didn't come from the store? And was it a success or was it a miss?
My first purchase was Fable, and I did the Barkeep, because I didn't know what to expect with scents very much. Most of the ones that I had bought, like the couple that I had bought from Target, were kind of like, well, they weren't all that great for me. Like, I didn't like the smells, and I'm really sensitive with smell. I'm kind of different.
Okay.
For example, even a bag of Doritos chips, I can't breathe. I can't smell them. I'm really weird like that. I don't know. But, so anyway, I have a really weird palate as far as scent goes. So I just got the Barkeep unscented, and it felt really great. And reinforced my love for castor too a lot. I like castor a lot. And then I started branching into other scents. So I got his sampler pack, And then I went over to Beard Octane, got samplers from them, and I went over to I think Chesapeake too as well. And this is mostly from watching Dan at the time. That was the Beard Octane.
I was about to say, it sounds like you're doing Dan C's greatest hits right now.
I mean, I wanted to check other people out, and I absolutely, and see what's going on and what people enjoy, and and then I started watching everyone else and just kind of went from there, and just I try to do as much as I can, and I still support everyone, small batch makers and whatnot. I try to buy something at least once a week if I can, money pending, but at least that.
Dan's laughing at me.
Yeah.
Healthy Carpe Diem is my favorite. Dapper Dude is also really nice, but I was actually just telling Scott beforehand that I enjoy Carpe Diem so much that I haven't even touched the Dapper Dude butter yet because I keep going back for the Carpe one. And I'm like, yeah, I got to use the Dapper Dude. Like, I'm forgetting I even have it sitting here because I like the other one so much. So both of those are really nice. I've heard great things about Salty Vibes. I haven't tried it yet, but we've had 2 or 3 people since we've gone live say Salty Vibes is the best scent of the year. So
thank you.
I'm hearing great things about it.
Thank you. Salty Vibes was for Dad. I made that for Father's Day as a Father's Day thing. My dad is not a drinker, doesn't drink at all, never has really. And every time we would go to Mexican restaurants or like in the summer and he wanted to relax at a barbecue, if someone had a strawberry virgin margarita, he would drink it. That was what he liked, but he's a sugar junkie too. So he likes it. So so the first thing that Father's Day popped into my mind was because I have little kids as well, was like, I should do something for that was Dad. And I got his blessing on the scent. He really liked it. And I liked it too. So I'm glad that everyone likes it because it really means a lot to me as far as the scent's concerned. Memories there.
2 other questions from the fans here. And guys, if you have questions, please throw them up. Yep. I will put them in. We will ask. We will talk about them. 2 other questions that came up that I saw. One was, what's your favorite scent from your own company so far?
Mine. Salty Vibes is probably my favorite. I really tend to lean towards the citrus more than anything like that, or citrus herbal. Okay. I really like that one a lot. And Dark and Stormy and Tangy. Those are probably my 3 favorites that I have. Yeah. And
then Salty Vibes, a margarita?
It is. It's a salty strawberry margarita with notes of passion fruit and mango, I believe. Yeah.
One more question here before we roll on with ours. Are all of your scents summer themed?
Yes and no, I guess. So when I launched the company in mid-April, it was leading towards spring. So my first thought was, okay, let me get the cologne-inspired scents that I really like. I found I have a really good barber shop I enjoy, and then I have these 3 summer scents, and I trickled them in slowly throughout the summer. So most of the scents at this moment, yes, are more so either cologne or they're geared in the summer fashion. But even Tangy is more of a bedtime kind of thing. It is sweeter on the citrus side, but it's herbal as well. It has some lavender and cedar in it. It's really nice. I use that a lot to go to sleep with personally. But I do have in beard currently a tester for fall.
Ooh, I love fall scents. I'm a fall guy, just so everyone knows that. So any company's watching, just so you know, this guy right here is a fall guy. I'm like the opposite, I guess, of what Dan C is. Dan likes those like invigorating, fresh, citrusy blends. No, I'm a dark, like musk, cologne, things like that, man. Woodsy ones. Not like traditional woodsy, though, like a smoky woodsy vibe almost. Right. Stuff like that. That's kind of my world. That's where I live. So any fall scent, I'm like, what are you doing? You're doing what?
Yeah. So with me, I'm more of that coastal, like citrusy or cologne kind of scent person, like mostly citrus herbal kind of stuff. I don't really gear much towards bourbons and tobaccos and things like that. I just don't really enjoy wearing them personally. Not that I don't like the scent, but those are harder for me to develop because I'm extremely picky. So anything that I put out for fall is going to be something that I've really slaved away over a lot to get out, because I'm really picky with them, especially fall, because I just don't really enjoy some of those scents as much. So if I put it out, it should be something pretty good. I hope anyway.
I've been loving so far some of the releases we've had this year. It's been amazing for the fall. Like we've had some really, really nice ones. It's it's always fun to see the creativity that comes out of the community when everyone decides, okay, we're going to do something new this time. We're going to do something different this year. And me, I'm always on the lookout for something that's not pumpkin spice. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not Johnny Grooms. I don't get all basic on you. I don't like the pumpkin spice train. It's never been me. So I try to find anything else but pumpkin spice, really.
I dig a pumpkin spice latte a little bit here and there, but that would be at most where I go with that kind of. I'm not a speaking of cinnamon. I always tell Corey at Weatherbeard that I've never liked the cinnamon scent, but his Sierra Sunrise has cinnamon in it, and it shocked me because I really liked it. So I always have to tell him kudos, bro, because you made me like cinnamon in something. I don't like cinnamon on my face whatsoever.
Some people can't wear cinnamon on their face at all.
True. This is very true.
At all. A lot of people are very sensitive to it.
Yeah.
I think it's like something like 80% or 90% of people can't wear cinnamon essential oils and such.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that, but I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's a pretty spicy one, right?
Dan's in here. I'm sure Dan will get the actual facts out for me. That's what Dan's good at that stuff. Really good at it. I'm not. Dan is.
Yeah.
So people see the name, right? And when I put up the Bearded Coast and I started putting up all the West Coast music with it, right? Dre, Pac, all those kinds of guys. Somebody actually responded to my story and said, how do you know what coast he's from? It could be the East Coast.
This is true. This is true. I am from California, born and raised. But I've always
my response is this, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
You grew up in the same era I did.
True.
If somebody said to you, I'm from the coast, you automatically knew what coast they were talking about.
Yeah.
They weren't talking about the East Coast. Nobody said that about the East Coast. That didn't happen. I'm from Jersey. I've been here my whole life. I've never even called this the East Coast.
Yeah. I think most people used to, like, I remember hearing Cali all the time. It was always Cali, Cali, Cali. I'm from Cali. And I don't hear, or the city, and it's like the city. There's a bunch of cities where everyone would call the city San Francisco, because if you called it Frisco, they knew you weren't from San Francisco. So
what's going on, Mike? Mike. Everybody from the West Coast was from Cali at one point.
Yeah,
I was like, just because you're from the West, that doesn't mean you live in Cali. Like, Cali isn't the entire coast; it's just one spot. Like, there's other areas there, man. So
I enjoy
just to make it specific for everyone, though.
Yeah,
this is the Bearded Coast. No, he didn't name it the Bearded West Coast. All right, it's just the Bearded Coast. It flows easier that way.
Yeah, there you go.
Flows much easier.
I'm a water soul, man. Like, even though I've been born and raised kind of up in the mountains and whatnot, and I do really enjoy like hiking, camping, and all that stuff, and being in the woods. I feel really, really good at peace near oceans and waterways and stuff. So, when we lived down in the LA area for 5 years or so, a bit back, my wife and I felt really good down there, even though it's a chaotic city and stuff like that, man. Like I would literally feel really good. And like, I'd sit down by the ocean and I'd sit like on the pier or whatever. And I just felt it completely at peace. So, the coast in the sense and has always been a really big one for me. My dad raised me on the Beach Boys. That was like the music we listened to. My dad used to take us down to Santa Cruz all the time as well. And that was that holds a lot of fond memories. That's where the saltwater taffy comes from.
So something else about the Bearded Coast that's caught some attention lately, right? Well, I think it's one of the things that catches everyone's attention because of the look of it, is actually something that you've been working with somebody else to get it done, right? And that's these guys right here, these combs, which I'll be honest, man, when I saw Bearded Motivation open up his package with one of those in there, I was like, oh man. I was like, I don't have one of those. I was like, I don't even care if it works. I just want one to have to hang out with my stuff. That thing is awesome.
They're just super cool, man. Like, and it like I was looking for someone locally that did it, and I couldn't find anybody for the life of me. And it was just like a coincidental like thing that just clicked. Matt reached out to me on Instagram and he was like, hey bro, like I make these different things. Would you be interested? And I was like, yeah, where can I send the check, bro? That's exactly what I've been looking for forever. So credit to him completely. He's an amazing woodsmith, man. Like they're just amazing. I love it.
Tell them again, what are they made from?
Skateboard decks. So maple skateboard decks. Those ones specifically are Santa Cruz decks.
I mean, look, you can actually see the deck. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so cool to have this guy. And it is, just so people know, you're going to need a bigger beard for this to really be effective for you. Because these guys, they've got some heft to them. They are bigger. I don't think Johnny Grooms can break this guy. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, this thing's made out of skateboard. They're meant for you to land on, do tricks, grind rails. I don't think Johnny Grooms can snap this one. This might be the only wood comb on the planet Johnny Grooms can't snap.
See, I remember you talking about that a little bit back when you got that thing, and I was like, I wonder if I can break one of these. So I went out back and I started smashing it with my foot, and I couldn't break it. I just buffed it up real good, and then I took a hammer to it. I finally got it to snap, but I had to beat the heck out of it, man. Like, but I had to try because you coined the point, so I had to do it.
See, now it's going to be terrible. You know that, right? If Johnny Grooms gets one of these and just snaps it like a twig, we're going to be like, well. Okay, so we suck. Johnny's a beast. There we go. So, what is your inspiration behind your scent names, if you will? Do the scent profiles dictate the names, or do your names just kind of pop into your head and you're going to make the scent profile no matter what the name is, pretty much?
I'm weird with all the things I do. I'm an anxiety OCD junkie, like in the sense like I have like my thing, and so I'm always working on I'm always working on like a bunch of different stuff, and I'll just like with scents. So I'll have an idea and I'll start playing with it, and then I'll stop until I get another idea for it because it's not perfect, and then I'll go, oh, that might work, and I go back, and as I'm playing with it, usually. Like I think I'll just have something pop into my head. Like it just kind of makes sense, and it's all the names that I kind of go for are geared around like Cali theme, like or Cal stuff or West Coast beach stuff and whatnot. So salty vibes, you know, is kind of like was I was just thinking about it, and I think I was talking to my little sister, and I told her she was being salty, and she laughed at me, and I was like, you know what? It's a salty margarita, and they're like, I don't know, salty vibe sounds fun. Let's just call it that. And I would vet it through my wife, and she's like, oh, that's kind of fun. You should do that. I was like, all right. So, and then I was actually with a buddy at a bar, and I like to order dark and stormies when I go out. I don't drink much at like hard alcohols or anything. I like a beer here and there, but I like that when I go out. So I was like, oh man, like this. I love the smell of this anyway. Like that's why I like to order it when I smell it. It smells so good. It's like, man, I could make a scent out of that. So I'm just I saw that scent name came prior to me even trying to create the scent. So versus salty vibes where that kind of came to me as I was creating it. So I'm kind of all over the place with the way I do things, and I'm really weird. I've got a bunch of stuff I'm always working on that, you know, but that's kind of my weird methodology, I guess.
I apologize if you guys can hear my phone continuously going off like that. I can't. People are just going nuts right now. I apologize for that one. I'm just always curious because some companies, you know, they line things up, they come out with the scent profile, and they build the name off of it. Other guys make their scent profiles, and then they're like, oh, crap, I got to put a name on this thing. And they just throw whatever on it. So I'm always curious about the process. I always like to know the process, if you will, you know, like, okay, I'm going to make a new scent profile. How do you get from, I've got all these bottles of essential and fragrance oils everywhere to the finished product actually sitting in this bottle, you know?
It just, I don't do anything pushed. Like that's probably why I haven't had a fall scent come out yet. And what I didn't do any kind of thing for Halloween. I did all of this for complete fun, and I don't want to be stressed or pressured. That's not kind of like, I know I want to do something, and I'm going to, I'm working on it, but I don't want to pressure myself to say I'm going to create a Christmas scent right now, and it has to be out by November 1st because I won't like it. I'm not going to be into it. I'm not going to enjoy myself. And that's what this is supposed to be about. I'm supposed to be having fun. That's what this was for me. So I just create things as I'm going, man. Like I'll be out on a hike or something, and maybe I'll smell something like that just kind of goes, oh wow, those flowers smell great. Like I'd like that in my beard, or or whatever it may be. I'll be in a store and I smell a candle, even, it could be just like that. And like, man, that would smell really good with some cedar and vanilla. I'll do those things, and I'll go back and I'll play with what I've got then, and then I'll develop it out of that. Or most of the things that I've done so far have just come from memory, like a good thing that I remember from, hanging out with friends or childhood, or something calming like Tangy Dream, things like that.
All right, we can answer this one question from the audience real quick, and then if you're ready, sir, I believe you said you were going to do 2 giveaways tonight, right?
Yes, sir.
So then we'll do the first one after this question real quick. How did you decide on your carrier blend inspiration?
So I started by basically just taking a big laundry list of all these different carriers. I think there was like 16 or so, maybe 18 even. I can't recall, but there was a big laundry list of them. I bought a quality bottle of every one of them, and I wore just that carrier for at least 1 week and took notes throughout every single day. I wore it twice a day, morning and evening. And then I ranked them, and as taking notes and ranked them, I have a big notebook that I have. It's just full of stuff. And after I was done with all of that, I took the ones that ranked highest, that I enjoyed the most, and I said, okay, I'm going to make a blend out of these specific carriers. Right. And then it just became kind of, how am I going to, what ratio am I going to do those from? So I kind of, from those notes, then tracked down from the ones I liked the absolute most, and like the 5-star ratings and whatnot, down, through that rating. So
right.
And then I just tweaked it. It took quite a while. Like, again, it took about a year to get my butter, balm, and oil blend completely satisfied to my liking.
I'm trying to sit here and see if I can read the carrier blend for those who might not have tried it yet, because if you watch my channel, then I'm blind. So, but I'll give it a shot here for you. Let's go. Here we go. Coconut oil, hemp seed oil, avocado oil, castor oil, sweet almond oil, jojoba oil, apricot kernel oil, argan oil, and meadow foam seed oil. Correct? Yes. Now,
you got it. Laundry list.
That hemp seed, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, hemp seed, I've yet to find an oil that has the hemp seed in it that I haven't enjoyed yet.
Yeah.
The ones that I have it like way down the list. Those are the ones that I haven't liked, because I'm guessing there's just not that much hemp seed actually in the product. But when I get it from companies and it's the first or the second ingredient, I have loved every one of those oils so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has just been a really fun experience.
Yeah, I love hemp seed oil. It's definitely a big love of mine. Like the things it does for my skin specifically were great as I was testing, and a lot of the people that helped me as far as being a guinea pig, really enjoyed it as well. So all those carriers in there specifically, even just individually, are something that worked really well differently, like in different ways for my skin and beard. So, I love it. Yeah, thank you.
We'll get into the butter a little bit more in a second. But, guys, if you're all ready, we will do the first giveaway of the night. Scott was cool enough to do 2 giveaways tonight. So, Scott, go ahead and tell them what we're going to give away.
I guess we can start with an oil balm combo. Any scent you want. Winner picks.
Oil balm, any scent profile you want. Okay. Yeah. And, guys, if you win, I highly, highly recommend Carpe Diem, but I'm guessing Salty Vibes is going to win out right now because the rest of the world is recommending that. I always got to go against the grain for some reason. So let's go ahead and go through the rules here real quick for you guys. You know them by now if you watch other reviewers, or especially if you watch Dan C. We're going to do a random number generator, all right? Only enter once, and make sure you wait, number 1, for the range, and number 2, for me to actually say go. So, if you guys are all set, we're going to do random number 1 through 10. Go. And it's the first number on my screen, guys. Remember that one. First number on my screen.
Salty waves.
All right, you guys can stop. I already see a winner. I'm just checking to see if somebody got it before him. And wow, they did, because they were the very first guest on my screen. Very first guest on my screen, Bobby Bad and Bearded.
Congratulations, man.
Can you guys see my 8 written down up there?
Yes.
There it is. He's the first one to get it, Bobby. Congratulations.
Woohoo.
Just DM Scott on IG, and you guys can figure it out. Again, I recommend Carpe Diem.
You like those cologne scents?
Yes,
I have something I'm playing with that you'll probably dig. I'll have to
I
get
am
it over
intrigued,
you.
sir. I am intrigued.
I know you will. You will be. Yeah. We'll see.
So somebody else just made the comment about Michael, yours was actually, I saw your number 8 pop up because it takes StreamYard forever to actually load the comments, and then I had to scroll up and see if somebody got it before you, and Bobby was the very first one on my screen, actually. Like the first number, period. Not even just the first 8. First number, period. He killed it. First guess. Done. So somebody else just brought up the butter.
Yep.
And if you guys watch my channel, you know that the Bearded Coast butter made its appearance on my top 10 butters. Something that Scott was extremely happy about. He thanked me. Everything else, I told him, "You're thanking me for. You're the one who made the butter."
I'm just blown away, bro. Like, I mean, it's huge for me. Like, I know how big of a butter guy you are. So when I saw that video pop up and I watched it, I was like, holy crap. Like, I mean, I have faith in what I put out for sure, right? I love what I did, but like, it feels good to get like, some, people, liking the stuff, man, like for sure. So I'm humbled, man, all the time, like by everybody, especially that video just humbled the heck out of me. I'm still blown away by half of that, man.
No, man. I mean, listen, I told you, first of all, true story here. Me and Scott got an introduction to each other because I was doing a giveaway and Scott wanted to be a part of it. And he messaged me and he was like, "Hey man, love to do a giveaway and stuff." And I was like, "Sure, man, absolutely." I'm like, I usually prefer to have companies in the giveaways that I actually have like some knowledge of. I don't want to give away products to people that I don't believe in, if that makes sense. I think that makes sense, right?
I think it makes sense, yeah.
Right. I don't want to tell people, "Hey, come win this product." And in my head, I'm going, I wouldn't want to win that product. Like, I want to actually believe in the products and stuff. So Scott was like, "Let me send you out some stuff." And Scott, what do you wrap these in, by the way, sir? If you haven't seen a Bearded Coast package, they look like a coconut waiting to be unhusked, basically.
Yeah. So a big thing for me, and it's always been a big thing, is sustainability, eco-friendly. So I don't like using plastics. I kind of modeled what I did around shipping out of not using plastics. So I found a biodegradable, recycled bubble wrap replacement that's made out of recycled papers and things like that with tissue.
Oh, cool.
And so that it's corrugated, so it has this kind of a cushioning to it, but it's paper, right, and just recycled. So, and then I didn't know how to wrap it up, so I always used to make like hemp bracelets and like necklaces back in the day and stuff when I was younger. So I was like, yeah, hemp would be great. Let's use that. Like, so I wrap it in hemp twine instead of tape and stuff. So
you know what? Yeah. I bet you not even most people know it's hemp twine. Because why would they? They're not. Yeah. They just think it's normal twine, right?
Yeah. Maybe that's true. I didn't think about that. I just that was the first thing that popped into my head when I was like, "What should I wrap this with?" And I was just like, "Hemp twine, bro." This is.
Question, Bobby Bad and Bearded. Bobby, I can't answer that for you about his bombs because I haven't tried one yet. Honestly.
Yeah.
Not yet. I've tried 2 of his butters. I haven't tried his bombs yet.
So I have a lot of flyaway problems, and when I was developing it, I would safely say I consider it a medium to medium heavy or medium firm kind of a balm. But I also know that people really like conditioning properties. So I used to find that either a balm was way too it was just conditioning with a very light amount of beeswax.
Right.
Really do anything for me, or it was a really heavy amount of beeswax, but it had 0 conditioning properties to it. So I kind of, when I developed balm, developed it around the idea that I wanted it to condition, not like a butter or anything. Don't get me wrong, not like a butter, but I wanted it to have that kind of nourishment through your day, as well as be a good strong medium hold, I'd say. So it's heavy on the wax for sure, but it comes out with a nice consistency, kind of creamy even.
Now, you said you started back in April, correct?
I did. Yes.
Here's a real question. As we're watching the community kind of evolve and change, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bombs have kind of fallen out of their place of grace as of late, right?
Yeah.
We don't see bombs get used as much. What is your top seller on your site? Is it the butters? Is it oils? Is it oil bomb combo, oil butter combo? Because for a long time, the oil bomb combo was the standard.
Yeah, I agree. That used to be what I only practically ordered. I never even really delved into butters until a couple months into my journey, actually, because I just didn't see a reason for them as much, because I mostly wanted that hold and whatnot. So it was always for me oil and balm. I still use balms personally. I use them during the day. I like a little bit of hold, especially when you're going out and about. And then I use butters at night. So I still use balms. I on the site, as far as the top sellers right now, I'd have to say it's probably butter oil combos, or and then after that it would be oil or butter tied, and then balms. So balms still sell for sure, but it's definitely not nearly what butters sell. That's for sure.
And that's changed over the last, like, people don't realize how much that's shifted over the last 6 to 8 months. Like, this shift has been really amazing to just watch it happen, because when I got into this community, you're right. All your purchases were combos, oil bomb. Or I didn't like ordering from people or getting stuff from people if I couldn't have the combo.
Yeah.
I wanted both.
Absolutely.
Now, I can't even tell you the last time I ordered a bomb. I cannot even say the last time I ordered one.
Yeah, I agree with you. I haven't ordered a balm. Man, it has to have been like 8 months at least since I've ordered a balm. A long time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm answering Bobby. There is a discount tonight. Life 25 tonight. Get you 25% off until midnight tonight, Bobby. So if you want to add to that and then let Scott know, tonight would be a good night to do it with the discount running.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I still enjoy balms. But I mainly use them if I'm really going out somewhere. Like if I have to go to the office, which is extraordinarily rare, or if my wife and I are going out somewhere and I want to, make sure this is looking as good as it needs to look. I still use balms.
I haven't ordered a bomb in a long time. That was an Irish car bomb. Yeah, I know. I'm from Jersey, okay? Relax. I know, guys. I don't say bomb. I say bomb. I know. I got it. I know. I know. I apologize, guys. It's just the way I talk. I can't help it. You have been compared by me. I don't know if anybody else has done it yet, but I've compared your oils and your products to Artiest Man. Yeah. Not saying in the sense of they're identical, but saying that's kind of more in the realm where I put you.
Yeah.
A bit of a thicker oil. The butter's a little thicker. And they all work extremely well for me. Like, I don't have any complaints about Artiest Man. I never have.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of complaints about your product at all. Did you know about Artiest Man when you got started? Were they a product you enjoyed?
Nope. Actually, and see, that's funny, because as soon as you said it, I went and ordered it. I had never even tried it before, and actually, I got a combo also too in a giveaway, or not a giveaway, an auction that I think Twitch did a bit ago.
Okay.
And I had never tried them. I know Dan C had talked about them a little bit in some of his videos, and a few other people as well. And I'd always had them on my list, but I'd never tried them. But when I did, especially after you mentioning that, I could totally see like there's like that certain oil thickness or consistency.
Right.
I might consider myself a little like 2% thinner at most, if I'm being picky. But
absolutely.
At most, it's very close, and I agree with you. The way that their butter spoons and comes out as well in the finger, it really does have a bit of that sameness to it. Yeah, which is a huge because after I got it and tried it, I really liked it.
Listen, when your stuff came in and I finally got to use it down the road, I was like, as soon as I put the oil in my hands and started, I was like, oh, I'm gonna love this stuff. Yeah. I knew it almost right away because I'm a huge Artiest Man fan. So as soon as I got yours going, I'm like, This is on the thicker side. I like the thicker one. Oh, I'm going to really enjoy this. And again, if you're an Artist Man fan, like we said, it's close. They're similar. They're in the same, I don't know, beard family branch, if you will. They're on that thicker side, and it's a very nice oil. Makes your beard feel great. The only complaints I think I ever had was about the scent profiles, really. That I wish they were just a little bit, they popped a little bit more.
Yeah, you know, I have been taking just like I said about how I did the carrier blends and butters and stuff. I have a notebook, and every single reviewer that has ever gotten my stuff, any customer that's ever given me feedback or anything like that, or a supporter, I should say. I hate using the word customer. I've taken diligent notes about, and I've made tweaks and changes along the way. I will continue to do that as that makes sense anyway. So if I notice that someone's saying that, like, or a lot of people are saying, hey man, I want this to last a little bit longer and I can safely do it, I'll totally do it. So we, again, like I said before, when we all create these things, we're all guinea pigging on ourselves and our own personal tastes and whatnot, right? So I've never been a fan of really strong scents. I don't want to be smacked in the face with it all day. I just really don't. I want it to be there lightly, right? But in all honesty, I would water my like scents that I would buy from other companies before I started doing anything. I found a lot of them a little strong for me, so I would take their unscented blend or their unscented oil, and I would water that or dilute it down, you know, to make it a little lighter. That because it just, for me, that's what I liked. So when I created all these, when I started doing all these scents and mixing and doing stuff like that, and I'd like a scent, I would scent it to my preference. And that's when I released everything, right? I liked them, I released them, but I've been diligently taking notes, and I still will, you know, and that was one of the things Josh at Embrace the Bearded Life mentioned when he did a review on me a bit ago. We were talking, and I listened to everything everyone's saying, and I really take it to heart. And that was kind of like, I've had a lot of people ask for this or mention this in comments prior to him. Now that he's saying it, it's especially like I've got enough evidence to go ahead and try to, you know, safely, if I can safely raise it, I will go ahead and do so. So I did tweak. I went back and took every single one of the blends that I have, the scents, and I said, can I safely do this? And I did tweak what I could. So if you were to order Dapper Dude, you know, it would be a little stronger. I'm not going to say a lot stronger, but it's going to be a bit stronger to probably where you would like it now, or Carpe Diem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, listen, like you said perfectly, everyone's different. You work on it. Obviously, you're your own guinea pig. You're trying things out in your own self.
Yep.
So as the product gets out more and more, you're going to find out. But what I've seen a lot of the times is when a company is newer, that's always the one thing is that their scent profiles are usually on the smaller side, because they're all kind of like, well, I don't want to make it too strong. I can always bring the scent profile up, but if it's way too strong, nobody's going to want to wear it. So I can always increase it. I don't want it to be too strong.
Right. And again, I kind of created it around what I like. When I put it out too, I was like, I like this. I'm comfortable with this. It makes sense for me, but I'm not just making it for myself either. I'm really making it for all of, you know, the community and the people that want to purchase it. So, you know, I take active notes. I listen. If anybody has any criticisms or critiques, I'm always happy to hear them. I'm not going to be offended by it. If you didn't like something, that's totally okay with me. There's a million options out there, and my stuff's not going to be perfect for everybody, nor is anybody else is going to be perfect for every single person. Right. So, you know, that's the beauty of having all the options out there. You find the ones that work for you and whatnot. So, yeah.
What's going on, Fable? How you doing tonight, Colin? Thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it.
Up, Colin?
Appreciate it. I saw Miss Bluegrass come in too. Appreciate it. And I also saw someone ask me if I got the squirrel. I wasn't chasing the squirrel. The squirrel committed suicide. Okay? This was not my fault. Well, I did all I could to save the little guy. He died.
You said before you didn't, though, in all fairness. You said before you could have acted.
I mean, I don't know how to do squirrel CPR. I don't have squirrel, you know, shock paddles and such.
That's fair.
I dumped him out of the garbage can with the water and thought he would get up and run away. Instead, he just laid in my driveway and died.
Yeah.
I didn't know what else I was supposed to do at that point. and now I got squirrels running up and down my block. They stop in front of the house. I got a feeling something's up.
They're
So I'm
plotting,
ready.
bro.
I'm ready. It's all good. I'm ready for them.
Yeah.
I figure I'm like 6'4". One stomp can take out 3 or 4 squirrels. I got it.
Did you see the Rick and Morty episode with the squirrels? Do you watch that show at all? I'm a huge cartoon.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while, but I know what you're talking about.
That's exactly what popped into my head when I heard all this chaos about you and a squirrel going on, man. As I was like, they're plotting. They are.
Ken is a smart man then if he loves the Bearded Coast products for
thanks,
sure.
Bro.
All
I
right.
appreciate that.
So as you know, as I've told everybody, we started a new segment on here called Ask the Interviewer, where you can ask me any 5 questions you want to ask. I don't care what it is. I'm an open book, positive, negative, weird as hell, have fun.
All right.
So if you're ready, sir, you can take the floor and I will answer any questions you have for me tonight.
Ooh. Okay. So if you had to choose, which Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle would you be and why?
That's not easy. That's tough.
It's not. I wanted to stump you a little bit.
You know, I can tell you which one I think I would be. I'd probably be Raphael.
Yeah.
Quiet, loner, not afraid to kick you in the teeth kind of guy.
Yeah.
But if I could, I'd want to be like a Leonardo, more like the out in front, leading everybody. But I don't know if I could be that guy. I think I'm more of a Raphael, honestly.
Yeah. Which TV or movie character do you identify with most and why?
This is such a bad question because if I say the answer, people in this chat are going to go nuts, especially one bald-headed guy with the gray beard who's got a squirrel shirt and everything else. He's just never going to stop.
No.
Yeah, if I had to say character I identify with the most, it would be probably Tony Soprano from The Sopranos.
Yeah.
The Jersey lifestyle, the old schoolness. I am not mobbed up or connected, so relax. But I know that life. I know the people in it.
Yeah.
I've grown up in Jersey since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So that movie, that show, everything about that show, except for the fact that he was connected, that he was a mob boss, was basically like watching our life live on TV.
Really? Dang, man. I heard that they were going to bring that show back with his son, right? Or something too. You hear the rumor mill going around about that?
They're going to do a movie, prequel movie about his dad. And then there's rumors that they're going to do another show with his son.
Right.
So we'll see.
That'd be cool. I love that show, man.
See, I told you. Here he goes. There he goes right away. He was waiting for it.
What if you could change one thing about the world? What would it be?
Like right now?
It's deep, I know. But yeah, if you could at all, if you could just change one thing about the world, what would it be?
I would get rid of I'm trying to say this the right way. Unnecessary hate, if you will. So I'm not one of the people who thinks that like there's no reason for hate or animosity or those things. It's an emotion. It's a real thing. People do wrong things to garner that reaction from people. Mm-hmm. But there is a situation out there in the world where there is just a lot of unnecessary hate, if you will. There are people who literally just walk around looking for reasons to unload on another person. Yeah. There's kids out there who play a game called the knockout game, where for no reason at all in the world, they just run up and try and knock you out. Mm-hmm. Those kind of situations are the things that I see that lead to situations where a kid, because again, the area we live in, Johnny Grooms is driven to my house. Yeah. My area is nice. This block is nice. Around us, different story. Mm-hmm. Those are the things in my area that lead to somebody getting shot.
Yeah.
That they lead to people being hurt for no reason. Right. They lead to seeing somebody who needs help and literally just walking by and almost rolling your eyes at them because they need help.
Right.
So if I could change anything, it would be just maybe to put a little more sympathy in people's hearts and more understanding, open people's eyes a little bit more to know that it's not just one way of looking at things. There's more than one way, and there's not always a reason to jump right to hate.
Absolutely. Great response. Love it. I agree. It's weird being the interviewer. So what is your best piece of advice? If you had to give any piece of advice to anybody, it doesn't have to be beard related or anything like that, or reviewer, just what's your best piece of advice to anybody?
It's going to sound a bit cliche, but because of my situation, it's my reality. Mm-hmm. Enjoy every single day as if it's the last one you're ever going to have, because you don't know. And I have a condition. I have a terminal illness. I'm going to have it my entire life. Mm-hmm. And I've had multiple brain tumors and such. I'm going to have surgery again, probably in the next 6 to 8 months. It was supposed to happen already, but COVID hit.
Yeah.
I don't know 6 to 8 months. There's no guarantee I'm going to go into that surgery and walk right back out from it.
Right.
So I don't leave anything unsaid. I don't leave anything undone with my daughter or the people I care about around me. If I have something I want to say to someone, I say it.
Yeah.
If there's something I want to do, if I can make it happen, I'm going to do it, because there's no guarantees that tomorrow is going to come where I can say, oh, no, you know what, we'll do it down the road. There's no guarantee that down the road's going to come.
Yeah.
So if I had any advice for anyone, it's live, man, and appreciate the life you have. Because I guarantee you, no matter how hard it is out there right now for you, somebody is wishing they were you right now and that they had your life, because they've got it that much worse. So appreciate the things you do have and stop looking at what you don't have. Absolutely, man.
Well, last question to end on a fun one. In the spirit of Halloween season and the poster you have in the background of you that I love so much, Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, who wins in a fight? I know it's going to be tough.
Wait, which Michael Myers are we talking about first of all?
Oh, you want to go that route?
Are we talking about the original movie, Michael, where they did the whole cult thing behind him and he had like supernatural powers apparently?
Let's say just from, well, you can't say, it'd have to be second movie Jason, first movie Michael, and first movie Freddie. So original.
The original ones, right.
And it has to be second Jason because he didn't appear till the second movie.
So if we're going with their original versions of themselves, my thought process at that point, it would have to be Freddie, honestly. It would have to be Freddie. Because when all three of these characters first appeared, Freddie appeared to be the most powerful at that point. I mean, he damn near looked unstoppable, honestly. There wasn't anything he couldn't do. Jason's kind of evolved from being just a big guy with an axe who couldn't die into much more down the road. Yeah. And Michael, for all intents and purposes, is human.
At that point of episode or the first movie, yeah, because like he had only gotten shot, fell out a window, and vanished, but we didn't know that he actually survived yet. So well played. Right. Well played.
You know, the only thing I have about human.
Yeah, Freddie gets you into a dream world. He's got a better, like, I mean, I guess that's taking it further into what the Freddie versus Jason movie and stuff, but it makes sense when you think about it. So I deliberate a lot about the Freddie or Jason being able to win that battle, because it's where does the fight lie? I would have to agree with Mr. Jason. Ash would win every one of them. I did not include him. I should have. I apologize. Because you are right, sir. There's comic books actually on that, and they're fantastic. So yeah, that's all I got.
That was a good one though. But my all-time favorite will always be Michael. I've been a Halloween fan forever. I love Mike. I love the character, everything about it. Yep. But if you're asking me in an actual straight up fight, who's going to take it? And in those specific movies, yes, I'm taking Freddie.
I would probably go with that as well, I think. If I had to, yeah. But I agree. I do. Halloween's always been, that was my first horror movie love when I watched that first movie. That was it for me, man. That series has always been it. And Jaws. I'm a huge Jaws junkie.
Yeah, Jaws. Listen, first two movies that ever really, and again, I grew up on horror, right?
Yeah.
But they didn't scare me. I loved them all. The first two movies that ever really, really scared me. The original Freddie, okay, the original Nightmare on Elm Street, because he could come after you in your dreams, and that scared the hell out of me. That scared the hell out of me.
Yep.
Number two, Jaws. I didn't go into the ocean to this day, probably. I haven't gone swimming. I don't go in the ocean. I don't like the ocean. I don't want no parts of the ocean. Jaws might not be real, but the inspiration for Jaws is real. I'm good. I'm going to stay on land.
I will literally, I love ocean fishing and I love being near the ocean, but I've never much more than dipped my toe in water because sharks can attack up to like 3 feet or 2 feet or something like that. So
yeah, 3 feet of water.
I've seen them go up to land too. I mean, I ain't and roll back out. I watch Shark Week. So but I do love ocean fishing, being on a boat in the ocean.
You ain't even safe in freshwater.
But yeah.
If it's an inland, if it's got an outlet to the ocean, bull sharks can go up them. Nope, no part of it. No, thank you. I don't want no part of it. That is honestly, sharks are one of my biggest, like, it's the reason not just sharks. There's so many things in the ocean that want to take a piece. Listen, it's hard enough going through everyday life. I don't got to put myself in dangerous situations on purpose. And to me, going into the ocean is a dangerous situation. So I'm going to stay out of the ocean.
I hear that. Yeah, Michael, the cedar is super mild. So I really wanted a wood to get in there just to bring everything kind of together. But I didn't want it to be the star of any kind of show with that. So I tried a bunch of different ones, and cedar was the only one that kind of worked well with that blend. So it's very, very mild.
Okay, my friend, you've been an awesome, awesome guest, but it's time. Are you ready?
Oh
my lightning round, my random. I'm actually going to call it my random as round. Okay, my random as round, because it's just a bunch of random ass questions that I grabbed from anywhere and everywhere.
Sweet.
All right, sir. So most of them are all just quick one-word answers. Some of them might involve some thinking, whatever. Let's have some fun. You ready?
All right.
All right. Bottled water or tap water?
Bottled.
Fish
but
or
not
chicken?
In plastics. I don't know how to do that. Actually, the glass bottles only. Sorry.
Okay. Fish or chicken?
Ooh, chicken. Yeah.
You sure? You didn't sound too sure about that.
Yeah. I mean, if shrimp, maybe, but it'd have to be. Yeah, I have to say chicken.
Okay. Fishing or hunting?
Fishing.
Yeah. See, I'm a fisher. I love fishing, man.
I can't kill anything, man. I can't do it. I can't hunt and kill.
You come out this way sometime. We got to go fishing together.
Deal.
Favorite superhero?
Ooh, gosh, that's so hard, man. That one puts me on the spot. There's so many. I'm such a comic book nerd. I don't want to go too. I mean, I always liked it, and I hate to say it because it's such a common one, but like Batman because of his past and history, and I really like the story that's evolved through him. But man, I know that I'm gonna think of something after we're off and go, that's the one I would have said, but I'd have to go with that right now.
One of my favorites always has, I don't know if he's my absolute favorite, but one of my favorites has always been a character called Moon Knight that not a lot of people are familiar with. But I've always enjoyed the Moon Knight storylines. Batman's always been one I've gone back to just because the same thing. I like the story. I like the character. The fact that he's human. I mean, his superpower is that he's rich. That's it. You know? So
I like John Constantine too from all the series of Constantine. Like I'm a huge fan of that series too. Everything that Garth Ennis does is twisted and insane, but it makes you think too.
Don't forget, guys, the code's Life 25 till midnight. All right. Favorite comedian?
Ooh, Eddie Murphy.
That was my dad. My dad loved Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, he's fantastic, man. He pushed a lot of boundaries, and he's hilarious. I loved him. Still do.
I think my favorite stand-up comedian still to this day, though, is Andrew Dice Clay. I know Dice was only big for a little while. His star, he was on top of the world, and then he was gone. But I still love Dice's stand-up so much to this day. I still watch it to this day. Like, I have the Blu-rays. That's right. You heard me right. I have it.
Yeah.
Battleship or Monopoly?
Monopoly.
Chess or checkers?
Chess.
Yeah, so you like to play games that take forever. Got it.
I just like my scent creation, sir.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Beer or wine?
Beer.
Pizza or taco?
Ooh. My wife would kill me if I didn't say tacos, and I feel love for tacos. I'd have to say tacos only because like I eat so much taco. I eat a lot of pizza too. Love pizza. They're probably really close, but I'm gonna go with the taco.
Got it. Practitioner was on at 9 tonight. I thought Prac went on at 8. All good, guys. Whoever just came over from the Bearded Practitioner, thanks for coming over.
Taco
Appreciate
pizza.
it.
Taco pizza, Meeb for the win.
I had somebody once answer taco because the possibilities were endless, but I was like, dude, the possibilities for pizza are endless.
Yeah.
Endless.
Absolutely.
You kidding me?
Yep.
People can, will, have, and will continue to put whatever they can on pizza. I promise.
Taco is the perfect vessel, and so is a burrito, though, man. Like we have some crazy stuff down. Like whenever we go to LA, I swear I pick something else out, like some random insane food truck or place to go try. And the last one that I had was it was a ramen style.
Nice dog. No, it's cool, dude. What kind of dog?
It's my neighbor's dog, actually.
Told
you I was in the garage, man. My door's open because of the airflow and stuff is nice. So their dogs kind of roam down here sometimes. And I'm like, hey, what's up? I usually pet them and say a little golden retriever, but yeah, man, the food truck it's a Japanese inspired food truck, but they do some crazy stuff. So they put ramen into a burrito. Blew my mind.
Wow.
So good. It was amazing. I like all this craziness. I love it. So burritos and tacos are just that perfect vessel. A pizza can be too. But yeah, I love pizza.
Okay. Hamburger or hot dog?
Hamburger.
Are you a cat person or a dog person?
Dog.
Better movie, Lord of the Rings or Star Wars?
Star Wars. Without a question, without a doubt. Sorry.
Man, I love my Star Wars, but come on, man. Lord of the Rings. Come on, man.
I'm not saying Lord of the Rings is bad. The books are better. The movie was good, but I will always be a Star Wars junkie. I'm too nerdy for that.
See, man, I love the original 3. The second set, I liked the second 2 that came out of that set. I didn't like the first one.
Yeah,
and this new one, I really can't get into them, man. I've tried and I just can't do it.
The Mandalorian's great. If you haven't watched that on Disney, it's great. Love that. But that's Jon Favreau, so he's awesome.
Yes. Better movie, Goodfellas or Godfather?
Oh, how dare you? Godfather, Marlon Brando.
Okay. We've had people pick Goodfellas actually more than Godfather.
I can. It's a really hard one, but man, I can watch all those movies back to back and whatnot. They're great, but the performance, Marlon Brando is fantastic, and the story and Al Pacino. I mean, it's just fantastic. I love it, and the directing, Coppola, man, fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. No, listen. I think both are amazing, and I'm glad I don't have to answer the question. There you go. Yeah. King Kong or Godzilla, who wins in a fight?
Oh, Godzilla has to win that one. I mean, you'd like to see Kong win. He's definitely smarter and is and he has more physical abilities. But Godzilla, as far as he has that the laser beams and stuff that he can freaking shoot, and it just, I mean,
the way they've built up this new Godzilla, I don't see how Kong is winning that fight.
They're gonna make Kong win it, probably.
I know he is, but I don't know how they're gonna make him win because they've built up this new Godzilla. He can even make like this internal explosion happen with an invisible force shield. Like, how is Kong beating that?
Unless they've hidden a certain like X-Men quality talent into Kong that we have yet to see, I have no idea.
Better comics, Marvel or DC?
Oh, I have to go with Stan Lee. Marvel, old school. Like he made me love an imagination and art and everything, stories, and he did a lot for me as a kid with his comics, man. I love him. DC has some fantastic stuff, great writers. That would go same with like Image and a bunch of other comic creators is what Marvel, Stan Lee, absolutely.
Okay. that actually takes me right to where I wanted to go, because I said, now let's take the loser of that. Who's better, DC or Image?
Image.
Yeah,
sorry.
all day, right? All
Yeah,
day.
well, I feel like they had to try super hard to really break into what Marvel and DC had established already, and the artists had a lot more freedom. Nowadays, they've really given a lot of, with Black Label, they've given freedom to DC and Marvel to do more in the adult world of things too.
Yes.
But the like, again, Garth Ennis and many others that have wrote for Image and whatnot in the past. It's absolute squirrel or rabbit. It's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, they're great.
I feel like Image was the first comic company, really, for me, that garnered things and aimed them at a higher age demographic.
Yeah,
that really shot for that adult range.
Yeah.
Whereas Marvel and DC kind of, in their eyes, I think their readers cut off at like 16, 17. But that's not reality, man. I've been reading comics my whole life, and I probably always will be.
Right. And that's what they found out in the last decade, was that they needed to be able to evolve more. So they, like Killing Joke, for example, the Batman DC comic.
Yes.
Insanely adult. I mean, the story is fantastic. But they've evolved more, Marvel and DC, into those realms. DC, I think, was first, and then Marvel kind of followed suit. But yeah, you're right. They did stay in the Disney world for a very long time and kind of left themselves in, your childhood, where other companies then came in and said, no, we're gonna do those things too, but we're also going to cater to adults and make some really realistic comics too. Like it's pretty crazy stuff.
All right, basketball or football?
Awesome. Oh, football.
Baseball or hockey?
Ooh, baseball, only because of my dad. That's our thing. We go to a lot of games together.
Favorite teams from each sport, then?
49ers and Giants.
Okay.
So 49ers football, baseball, Giants.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Golf or tennis?
Golf.
I don't know how you guys even answer these, because my response would be neither. But that's just me.
Golf.
Actually, I'm wrong. I can watch tennis, at least.
I can't watch tennis.
I can't watch golf. I can't do it.
I can't even play tennis, man. I can go. I like playing golf. And nowadays, with the different camera angles and the technology that they have, golf is actually a lot more interesting and fun to watch than it used to be, because now they can track the ball. They have it's just way better to watch now than it used to be. It used to be a sleep thing, and it still kind of is for me. Like, I like to fall asleep, but I like playing it too.
All right. Favorite actor?
Favorite actor? Favorite actor? Gosh, who would that be? Man, this is gonna stump the heck out of me. Maybe Sean Penn. There's quite a lot. It's hard for me to really pick those. Pacino's great. De Niro. Jeff Bridges is fantastic.
That's a good one too.
Robin Williams, yes. He's great for comedy, but his acting skills were fantastic. If you look at the gosh, what was that? What's the artsy film he did? Dream something.
Dreams come true, or
what dreams may come, or something.
What dreams may come true. Yeah. The one where he actually passes away. And
oh man, blew my mind.
Very good one.
There you go. Absolutely, Edward Norton, dude. Yes. Yes. He has done some insane movies, and there's too many good ones. It's hard to pick.
All right, well then you'll hate me for the next one. Favorite actress? It can be for looks or for skill. Your call.
Oh, skill. Kathy Bates, Misery, fantastic performance.
Such an amazing performance. I really thought that lady was crazy. Like, I thought my whole life that whenever I saw her on screen or something, I'm like, dude, that chick is nuts.
Dolores Claiborne, she's really good. Frances McDermott, Fargo, Three Billboards, absolutely insane actresses. I guess I could go with those two.
Rock or rap music?
I'd have to go with. I guess I'd have to go with rock, but I like everything for what it is if it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Country or pop?
Oh God, neither.
That's fair.
I pop. I guess. God, I guess pop. I don't know. I don't know.
MMA or boxing?
MMA.
Favorite fighter?
I liked Uriah Faber until he retired because he's local. He's actually from this area.
Right.
And then recently, I don't know. I don't know who I'd pick recently. Actually, I haven't watched anything in a while. It's been a minute with the kids.
My favorite fighter has been my favorite fighter for some time now. Nate Diaz. Always will be. Love Nate.
He's local too. He's from Stockton. Yep. The Diaz brothers. Man, you're right. Yeah, so they don't care what you think about them at all.
Nope.
And I respect that. That's cool.
Nope. You know? And on top of that, they are the most skilled guys you'll ever meet. But when that cage door closes, all that skill goes away and they just want to fight.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody like literally want to get beat up and keep going. Like that.
They just want to fight.
Yeah, they just want to fight you. They're just they're cocky in the ring. But you know what? Every time I watch him fight, it's insane. You've watched him too. He'll just get the crap kicked out of him. He'll look like a bloody pulp, and still he'll get up and just strut around the ring, kind of Connor style about it.
And he throws up, and then all of a sudden, while the other guy's like, "Man, I'm kicking the hell out of this dude," he'll look up at him, bloodied and all, throw up the finger, and say, "Come on, I'm still here. Let's go."
Yeah, I do find that quite entertaining, man.
Nate Diaz was actually quoted once as saying, "In my opinion, I've never lost a fight. I've lost matches. I've never lost a fight because if they closed that cage door and said only one of yous was leaving, I'd be undefeated right now." That was actually what he said.
I could see him literally getting put in an arm bar, having his arm break, and still wanting to fight. And it's like, really, what are you doing? He's like sitting there waggling around like, no, dude, you got to stop fighting.
Favorite candy?
Saltwater taffy.
Yeah, my daughter actually turned to me before, by the way, and said I needed to order something from you because she wants more taffy.
I'll send you some taffy, bro. No worries.
Favorite
you
chips?
Guys probably have good saltwater taffy over there in Jersey too, right?
I told her we have saltwater taffy in Jersey, but for some reason she won't eat the ones we have here. She said you sent the ones she likes.
Oh, okay.
All right. That's what I have to deal with in my life. Favorite chips?
Probably like real like Mexican fresh salty tortilla chips, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
We make our own chips here.
Oh, I love fresh salty tortilla chips.
Yeah, we take the wraps and stuff like that and slice them up and salt them and
super good.
All good. Whiskey or tequila?
Ooh, whiskey.
I don't remember if you answered when you asked me, so now I'm going to ask you. Who wins, Freddie or Jason? Literally. It can't be any funnier that you asked me because I literally had it written down right here.
That's sweet, man. Well, what do you know? Dang, I'd probably have to agree with you just because of what abilities he has over Jason. I mean, if he can get him into a dream state, or if he can possess others, or there's so many unlimited possibilities to what Freddie can do. The imagination runs. I mean, I would say that. I would have to agree with you. Probably Freddie.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Leatherface or Michael Myers?
Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Leatherface can be killed. It can't happen, I swear.
Chucky or Leprechaun?
Ooh. Leprechaun has magic. Like real magic, not just one phrase that he can say to transfer into a body.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pinhead or Pennywise?
Ooh. Dang. That's a stumper, man. That's a great question. Oof.
I've examined this from multiple angles. I want to see what you got.
I probably would have to say Pinhead, because there is possibility at destroying, and it was established in the book that you can destroy the demon Pennywise, right? I mean, so I'd have to say Pinhead if I had to guess and be put on the spot. What do you think?
I've gone over this multiple times in multiple ways, right? So as much as I love the Pennywise character, I always have. I've thought it was an amazing piece of writing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if Pennywise would be as scary as he is to the kids and such as he's going to be to somebody his own size, really, and his own powers. And Pinhead, we've never really seen a limit on his skills.
Right.
Anytime he needs to, he gets stronger. New things come out. So I just think Pinhead has a bigger arsenal, if you will, to hit Pennywise with.
Right.
So I'd have to go with Pinhead too, but I had to think about that one when I wrote it down for sure.
Yeah. It's a good question.
Pennywise was taken out by insulting his ass. Yes, in the book. Yeah.
Pennywise.
Yeah. Pennywise is supposed to be your biggest fear. He can. That's the thing, though. Does Pinhead fear anything? He lives off fear too.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why I put those two together.
Yeah, it's definitely hard, but I think you could, if you weren't afraid of Pennywise, though, like the kids established, right? Then he kind of retreats. Pinhead's not going to be afraid of Pennywise, so therefore he loses power, right? I think.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go through a few more of these. Favorite cartoon?
Ooh, right now, Rick and Morty. I love Rick and Morty.
Favorite classic Saturday morning cartoon? And I know you know what I'm talking about right now.
So I was a big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan and X-Men.
There you go. Very good. All right. Apple or Android?
Apple.
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Arnold or Sylvester Stallone?
Arnold. Terminator, Running Man, Total Recall. I like those. I mean, still Stallone had Cliffhanger, Rocky.
Yeah,
I mean, tons of great.
But Arnold gets the edge for me because he lived in the sci-fi genre more.
Yeah,
and that was what I liked.
Yep. And then Predator. Yeah, that's.
Favorite cookie?
Good fresh baked chocolate chip cookies.
We need to talk to Miss Bluegrass.
I know. How dare every time she posts something, man, I want to be fat again. Like, well, I'm so
yeah. Woods or the beach?
Oh, the beach. Yeah.
Nike or Reebok?
Neither. Vans.
There you go. Yep. Pepsi or Coke?
Coke.
Cake or ice cream?
Ice cream.
Favorite cologne?
Oh, I don't wear a lot of colognes. My wife got me this Dior Savage or something like that recently. I think.
I know the one.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. It's pretty good, but I don't wear a lot of cologne.
Okay. Favorite cereal?
Reese Puffs. Yeah.
Favorite 90s TV show?
Ooh. So I'd probably say, like, as a kid, I'd go with like a young kid, Dinosaurs, that Jim Henson's thing that back in the day.
Oh yes, that was such a good one.
I love Dinosaurs, and then as I got older, I probably went with that '70s show, and then nowadays I watch Seinfeld all the time.
Okay,
yeah, Dinosaurs as a kid, man.
Yes, Dinosaurs was a great one. Yeah. Honestly, I wish it was somewhere I could stream it for free right now. Honestly, American Muscle or Import?
Ooh, American Muscle.
Notebook, like one of these guys.
Yep.
Or a laptop.
Notebook.
Thank you.
I have one. I use them all the time. Post-its and stuff like that. I love it.
Michael Jordan or LeBron James? Better player.
I'm not a big basketball guy, but like I remember watching Michael Jordan as a kid, so I would just say Michael because of memories.
Okay.
But I mean, LeBron's fantastic. I mean, I think if you rated them like nowadays, like if they both went head to head nowadays, I don't know who would win. I would hate to say LeBron over Michael. I love Michael, so I have to go with him, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Walking Dead or American Horror Story? Better show.
From the quality of writing to, dang, man, that's tough. I would say Walking Dead comics. I think that the shows got completely ruined. I know they tried to go in a different way, so I'd have to say American Horror Story over Walking Dead because I'm a comic book guy and I hated what they did with the show Walking Dead. I loved it at first, but I hated what they did with it.
See, I like the way they're going right now, though. They've made some changes and they're heading in a decent direction, in my opinion. Yeah. But we'll see where it winds up. I haven't been the biggest fan of the last few seasons, honestly, but I still watch because I'm a huge Walking Dead fan. Period. So
yeah, it was a really good show. I mean, I think I watched like the first 4 seasons of it, and then like I was kind of like, I'm just over it. I'm just over it at this point now. But they started off strong. The one advantage American Horror Story will always have is if it's a shitty season, next season it's a brand new story. Yeah, it's fun. It's unique that way, and I like it. I like how dark it can get. I like how real it can get sometimes. Okay, it's pretty good. Yeah, I like it.
All right, if you could hang out with any historical figure, who would it be?
I would say Martin Luther King Jr. and probably Maya Angelou, actually. That'd be fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah. That conversation would be amazing. Wow.
Yeah. If you could visit any place, let's go to your bucket list here. Some place you got on your bucket list that you want to visit before time is up. Where would it be?
I'd probably want to go, I don't know. Germany. Let's say Germany. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd want to go to Germany, Oktoberfest. I'd want to go up all through that, do all that. And I think that would be really fun. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. And then the biggest questions in the beard world today. Does pineapple belong on your pizza, sir?
No.
Thank you.
Nope.
Thank you.
Nope. It's so disgusting. It does not but that's my opinion. I don't like it. I think it's gross. If it even touches a pizza, it's not going in my mouth. Not gonna happen.
Question number 2.
Many ways. I've tried it many ways. Grilled, smoked. I've tried all sorts of different stuff. Nothing. I do not like it on pizza. Ugh.
And then the other one is, how do you like your steak cooked, sir?
Ooh, I'd say medium rare. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Medium
That's
rare.
fine. Well, we can go 1 for 2 on that one. We're good, sir. And that's it. You survived the random ass round.
Woo!
There you go. All 50 some odd questions that I came up with.
It's awesome, man. Thank you. That was fun.
All right, brother. Well, before we get to the last question that I always wrap things up with here, if you want, we can do that other giveaway now.
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
So, okay, guys, let's do the rules again because, just to be on the safe side. So we're going to do a random number generator. Make sure you wait for the number range. Wait for me to tell you when to go. All right? Only enter once. And remember, the internet prioritizes your answer on your screen. So it's always the first one I see on my screen, guys, on my screen. So
and the second one's going to be for an oil butter combo.
There you go.
Yeah.
So this one is for an oil and butter. We have 30 in here. So let's do, okay. So we're going to do random number, only enter once, 1 to 15, go. Only enter once, guys. And good luck.
Mm-hmm.
If you win, you're getting an amazing, amazing product and one badass butter.
Thanks, man.
Okay, you guys can stop. I see a winner. Let me go back and check and see if anybody got it before this winner. Yeah. I see 2 winners. I see 3 winners. Who got it first? Now everybody's sweating on their end. Oh, who got it? Who did it? All right, guys, you can stop. We have a winner. The number?
Ooh, 13. For Halloween season.
And the winner, first on my screen to have it, was Mr. Jeff Rice.
Congratulations, Jeff.
So throw some congrats in the chat. He was the first one on my screen with it. A few other people had it, but Jeff got in here first. So congratulations, Jeff. It's an oil and butter of your choice. So just DM Scott on Instagram. And again, you're going to love this butter, dude. Seriously, you will really enjoy the butter. It is amazing. Quickly becoming one of my preferred ones to use when I'm not testing anything else.
Thank you.
All right, sir. So I always like to wrap it up with this question.
Yep.
If you had it your way, 5 years from now, where would the Bearded Coast be?
Honestly, I would love to do more sales in the sense so that I can do more charity work. That's kind of the goal. That's the drive. I want to do something that makes me feel good all the time. And that's kind of a big reason why that I started this. It was so that I could have the ability to help more where I can. So the more sales I do, the more I can get involved in, charity work and getting out there and doing community service events and things like that. So if we can do, half of what anybody larger would do or whatnot, or any more than we do now, that's great. And I appreciate it. And that means we can just do more. I can do more to help people. That's the goal.
That's awesome, brother. And I always like asking that question because everybody's got different answers. Some guys want to be the next beard product in the store. Some guys are perfectly happy staying right where they are and just enjoying their products. So I'm always curious to ask the question.
It'd be great to. I mean, the possibilities of the charity work and different things I could do if I was in a store, that'd be fantastic. I mean, it's the more I can do, the more I can help, and that's what. So I would love to keep growing. That's my goal. So I can do more to help where I can.
That's awesome, brother. Well, guys, it's just about that time. Let me remind you one more time, though, that until midnight, the code is LIFE25. It'll get you 25% off right now over at the Bearded Coast. If you guys haven't tried the Bearded Coast yet, we have recommended it more than once at this point. I will continue to tell you guys that as a company you definitely need to try. Like you said, he's only been around since April. So imagine what this man's going to be able to do as he gets more and more comfortable and starts rolling out new scent profiles, things like that. I'm excited. It's quickly rising up my company list. I really enjoy the stuff. The butter is fantastic. The oil is on the thicker side. Again, if you're an Artiest Man fan, you should definitely enjoy this product. It's similar in that kind of area of life, if you will. And these things are badass. I don't care what anybody says. They're just awesome. Plain awesome.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Matt. He's fantastic.
Yeah, guys, have a great night. And Scott, again, man, I want to thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
You have been an awesome, awesome guest. You were cool enough to do the giveaways, the discount code, man. So thank you so much, guys. Meet Your Maker is back next week, 9 p.m. And I promise you guys, I know there hasn't been any content this week. I was taking my time getting things fixed over here, getting me and my brother on the same page. And we will be back next week. We've got tons of stuff coming out. We're not going anywhere, man. I promise you we'll be back on track real soon. And Scott, again, man, thank you so much for coming through, brother.
Thank you. It was awesome, man. Thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out with us, too. Really appreciate you guys.
All right, guys. Well, it is 10:33, so that means I got to go chase my kid to bed. So, guys, you have a good night. Be safe, everyone. And you know how it ends around here. Stay safe, stay bearded, be good to each other, and take care of each other out there, all right? And I'll see you guys on the next one. Scott, be good, brother.
You too, man. Thank you.